All right, what is up, guys? I have a set of KKE 18-21-inch rims right here that I picked up over the winter. Going to be installing them if you're thinking about buying new rims for your Ultra B or any e-bike really. There's a couple considerations that you need to make before you actually buy. So it's not just wheels that you're going to be buying. There are a lot of extra parts that you need. Of course, if you're replacing the wheels, so this is a 24 Ultra B, came with 19-inch rims, front and back. If you're putting new rims on, that also means you're going to need new tires. So with 21 18-inch rims, fantastic thing about that, other than just being larger, is the variety and the options in tires that it can give you. You can get much more aggressive knobbies on those rims. So if you buy tires and rims, it would be a good idea to consider getting a larger sprocket as well. The Ultra B comes with a 46-inch sprocket from the factory. Once you put the new wheels on, so bigger tires, especially in the back, it's going to feel like you've lost quite a bit of power. So what most people do, they put a larger sprocket on. I'm going to go with a 54. You can go anywhere between a 50 and 56 depending on your use case. But keep that in mind, that when you buy rims, you will need tires, and it's a good time to also put on a new sprocket. When you put on a new sprocket, it also means you're going to need a new chain. A larger sprocket means that you're going to need a larger chain than what comes on the bike stock. So you're going to be taking off this old chain and replacing it with a longer chain. When you are looking at chains, I would recommend looking to a non-sealed chain. So non-O-ring, non-X-ring. These normal chains that are non-O-ring can sometimes be called roller chains. I would highly recommend switching over to one of these roller chains. It will help your battery life a little bit on the Ultra B. So you'll get a bit more range out of it, just because the O-ring chain that comes on the bike, because those O-rings are in there, the chain is quite stiff. That stiffness adds resistance. That resistance takes away from your battery. Because this is an O-ring chain, look how stiff that is. Every single one of these links is providing resistance, and that's why the chain does that. It takes resistance to keep the chain in that shape, and that's because all the O-rings in there are creating resistance and friction. So as the chain is spinning around and every link is moving, it's resisting against that. So using a roller chain that's not sealed will give you a bit of extra range. The downside to a roller chain that's not sealed is that you do need to maintain it. So every time you're done riding, you need to clean the chain, re-oil it. Every time before you ride, you need to oil your chain. With an O-ring chain, that's the benefit. The O-rings actually keep the grease inside the chain, so you don't need to service it. So keep that in consideration depending on your riding circumstances, but you will get a bit of extra range if you switch over to a roller chain. So wanted to go over a couple items. If you're considering putting on new rims, just keep in mind you'll need the rims, you'll need new tires, you should probably do a new sprocket. With that, you'll need a new chain. So it does balloon a little bit, so just be aware of that before you actually start buying these parts.